All right, let's move on, in fact, to the Celtics. Their struggles continued last night. Trae Young, 33 points. Danilo Gallinari dropped 38 off the bench. The Celtics lost their third straight game. They dipped to 2 games below 500. Now, in a local radio interview with 98.5 The Sports Hub today, Danny Ainge said, quote, "I wish I had answers for you. I don't." So, Fizz, do you have any answers on what is wrong with the Celtics at the moment?
Well, I think it's a few things happening. One, you just got to give the Eastern Conference credit. It's a better conference now. You got the Hornets playing great basketball. You got the Hawks. You got the Knicks. All of these teams are getting better. I'm sure it's another young team I'm leaving out right now, but those teams are better. Now you look at their roster. No Gordon Hayward, and now Marcus Smart is out, and now they're have to play a lot of small guys. And so what you're seeing is parts of the game where their defense isn't clicking for them, or offensively they may not be drawing fouls or getting the shots that they necessarily want. But I wouldn't be worried about these guys. They've been through a lot. The 2 All-Stars are rising to the occasion, and you're going to see better basketball as the season moves forward.
Man, I never, ever thought I would agree with Danny Ainge right now. It's like you don't know what's going on with the Celtics team. They got 2 young stars, 2 all-stars is playing again. You got Tristan Thompson is rebounding his butt off for them. And you look around and says, what is the problem? Other than Marcus Smart being injured, who is the engine of that team, you trying to figure out why are they losing? And I have to agree with Fizz. The East is a lot better. The East is so good now from all the young teams. And these young teams are those type of teams that don't care about anything but getting buckets, playing basketball, and having fun and winning.
The East only has 3 teams that are over 500 now. Just 3. Yes, the bottom of the East might be better. But, Zach, help me out here. Just 3 teams over 500. I cannot buy that the East is such a juggernaut that the Celtics can't compete. Doesn't this have to do, Zach, with their depth also?
Well, if the East is so good, how about the East owners vote for 1 to 16 playoff seeding so we just get the top 16 teams in? How about that, juggernaut Eastern Conference? Look, the Celtics, Gordon Hayward left for nothing. Mr. Trade Exception has not played any games for the Celtics this year. Trade Exception is not a real human being. Marcus Smart's injured, and that has left the Celtics playing too many guys around Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown who are really either kind of standstill shooters or just grunt guy rebounders like Tristan Thompson and Daniel Tice. And the result has been this offense is just stuck in mud. You can tell that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are trying to figure out, do we have to do everything? Am I really going to make this kick-out pass? There's just so much one-on-one play. And when you get into a stretch like that, and I think they've played something like 14 games in 24 days or something. They've played a ton of games. They're probably tired. It just looks bad. I think no team needs the All-Star break more than Boston. They're better than this, but it'll be interesting to see how good they can get when Smart comes back and Kemba Walker is finally finding his game again. But they certainly don't feel like a team right now who's going to punch into that Brooklyn, Philly, Milwaukee conversation yet.
And look, I do get what you guys are saying in the larger sense. If the teams at the bottom of the East are better, that just means that they can't beat up on those weaker teams anymore. So I get it. I'm just
Can't have an off night. Can't have an off night.
Cannot have an off night in the same way. Now, Celtics governor and CEO Wyc Grousbeck said, he told NBC Sports Boston, quote, "We had hoped Kyrie would stay forever and lead us all the way. That change touched off a lot of stuff because he left, a bit of a domino effect." Fizz, do you buy that Kyrie leaving had such a big domino effect on the Celtics that they're still feeling the repercussions of that a couple seasons later?
Well, I mean, it always is a ripple effect that doesn't really stop, but ultimately you're not feeling it no more. You're moved on. I mean, you got 2 All-Stars on your team, for crying out loud, and 2 former All-Stars. So, no, I'm not buying that per se, but I guarantee you, if they were really banking on having Kyrie, that definitely started a ripple effect that they didn't plan on. But ultimately, come on, enough time has passed. You can't keep talking about that stuff.
No, I'm not buying it at all. Kyrie moved on. He didn't play that much when he was there anyway, so It's not a ripple effect. So I'm not buying it at all.
No. You know what else, too, Rachel?
I don't really see why this is so...
Go ahead, Zach. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know why this is that controversial. Like Kemba's not playing very well. Kyrie's playing out of his mind. I think implied by this is the Celtics' plan A way back when was Kyrie is going to be the draw that helps us trade for Anthony Davis and gets Anthony Davis to stay. And that plan all blew up in their faces. So I think there is some truth to this. I also think it's kind of like, duh, why mention it?
Well, also, this team has made 2 of the last 3 Eastern Conference Finals. So
Yes.
I'm not sure I would look at Kyrie leaving. I can't even keep track of days on the calendar. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, the last year has been 10 years. Anyway, I wouldn't necessarily point to that. I think there's some other roster issues they have got to get going with. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.